This connection is secure. You can speak freely. Identify yourself.
Pete Vermaak, Captain, ex-South African Special Forces Brigade, ex-private contractor for Damocles, and dead for 2 months.
You're exactly the man we're looking for. Do you know this man?
Raul Escobedo, a shady Mexican businessman.
That is correct. And now it is our wish that he climbs the social ladder.
How do you propose to do that, sir?
Salomon Alonso, governor of Baja California, has to be removed to favor our protégé's political ascension.
Given the proper men, I'll deal with them. I'm more concerned about external interferences.
There won't be any. To the outer world, the events to come will look like nothing but riots, degenerating into revolution. With Raul Escobedo making a timely entrance to restore peace and order. But my trusted Lieutenant, Miss Yao, will take you through the various details of the operation.
Our objective is to take control of the city communication tower here. And especially of the governor's palace there. The only access is over that bridge, defended by the Governor Guard. Alonso's men are equipped entirely by the Americans. They are well-trained and loyal. This bottleneck could become a real death trap. The only other way to cross the river would be by helicopter. But you will need aluminum to produce them. And the airspace is controlled by this Mexican Air Force base. You'll have to deal with it if you want to be able to fly a chopper around here. Choppers. They must be coming from the Air Force base.
What are your orders?
Their Air Force is joining the party. Most of Alonso's guard will be waiting for us on the other side of that bridge. Crossing the river is the easy part. Establishing a secure bridgehead will... Part of the bridge's garrison is moving against our bridgehead. Be ready to receive them.
Okay, Captain. Now we can flood the news with the awful truth about Alonso's tyranny.
Governor Alonso is confirmed dead. The city is ours.
Good job. Now, Captain, take your men out of the city. Raul Escobedo will arrive soon to save the day. Miss Yao will handle him from here. Captain Vermaak, I'm afraid our dear associate Raul Escobedo passed away only minutes ago. However, his death has revealed a new enemy to us.
We must take great care in erasing our tracks, sir.
Precisely. They lead right to this man, Dragan Vesnic, commander of the Belyi Folki.
Didn't Cartel use their services during the destabilization of the Transnistria region?
We did. And they proved very useful at the time. But now, they have reached the limit of their usefulness.
First, we must block off their HQ. Prevent any reinforcements from reaching the main base. Vesnic is recalling several armored units. Ambush them. Don't let them pass. There'll be that much less for us to face later on.
Poseidon here. Our operation in The Hague has been successful, but was quelled faster than we expected. I'm sending you reinforcements to hasten your cleaning operation.
They've got AA! Recall the choppers! Damn it! The bridge is too heavily defended!
Our bombers will finish the job with a special delivery.
We're in. We're gathering evidence and booby-trapping. We just need some time to...
There is no time. Chimera is here. Evacuate. Evacuate now. Hermes will be personally leading our operations against Chimera's main base. But we have got another mission for you, Captain.
We have detected a secondary infrastructure in Southeast Asia. We know for certain that Chimera brought all of the data and prisoners they captured there back to this place.
We don't want to defeat Chimera, Captain. We want it wiped out.
Retrieving that data is your primary objective. We can't let the Chimera have it. Once the data is secured, you'll move on to your next objective, eliminating all Chimera presence in the area.
We have spotted a suitable location to deploy our field base. Sky Crane set it up in a hurry. It can't provide any infantry units. To get more soldiers, you should free our men held prisoner in those facilities. There is no oil in the zone. We need to take their banks to ensure that resources flow. One bank cleared, one more to go. Now the enemy knows we're coming. Beware of counterattacks. Both banks are in our hands.
Now retrieves the data. They have been located in this complex, where they appear to be studying our tech.
Some of our Vipers are back in the fight.
Well done, Capitaine. We have got the coordinates of their main base of operations. They are in Switzerland. Our special forces will now rid them from the face of the earth.
There are 2 bases left in your zone. Now finish them off. All of their bases are neutralized. Mission accomplished.
Now retrieve or destroy all evidence and pull out.
Vermac? General Whittle speaking, or Hermes if you prefer.
What about Poseidon? The situation must be desperate for you to remove your mask.
Poseidon has gone dark. The bastard is saving his skin. Help me and I'll keep you out of Chimera's reach. Refuse.
And I'll end up in Chimera's custody soon. So, what's the plan, boss?
Thanks to Escobedo, we've got pre-positioned equipment hidden in Baja, California. I will regroup and rearm there. I'm not done yet.
You won't reach Mexico with both Chimera and U.S. loyal forces on your tail, sir.
I know. That's why I need you to clear the way to the border for me.
They know we are here, Captain. Both Chimera and Loyalists. Protect the HQ while we're setting up camp. Good job, but it's only a respite. They'll be back soon. Use the opportunity to clear the crossroads of any enemy presence. And hold them.
The less you know about me, the better.
All crossroads secured. Send in the convoy, General.
Make sure enough of them get through, Captain.
The less you know.
Convoy is under attack. You have to make sure it reaches the border safely.
I'm on my way.
Sending the convoys again. We've got what we need, Captain. Let's get out of here now.
Whittle will be fighting the main battle. We are to support a separate battle group.
This is a suicide mission.
I know. That's why I've made other arrangements. The Olympus cell, you know, isn't the whole cartel, Captain. There are others.
And you managed to contact those other cells?
She did, and pledged herself to our service, Captain, as can you, if you're willing.
They let us join them, Pete. We could disappear, even from Whittle.
Whittle or Hermes is keeping a stash of incriminating data which could lead to us.
With their help, I've created a computer worm, able to break through Whittle's defense. I'll be able to delete all compromising data, but it will take time.
Keep their HQ in one piece and away from Chimera long enough. Do that, and we'll make sure that you don't share the fate of the Olympians. Enemy spearhead rushing to your front, and this is just their vanguards.
Yet, our recon indicates that those outposts have been set up too hastily. We must seize this opportunity to capture them with a coup de main and turn their infrastructures against them.
But you might not be able to capture all of their bases. In this case, do not hesitate to wipe them out by any means at your disposal.
I'm in their system. Just hold the line while the worm is doing some cleaning.
You are to protect my men's HQ at all costs, understood?
Striking now without further preparation won't leave us time to deploy a field HQ. You'll have to deploy one later, during the operation. It will therefore be up to you to choose the best time for that. Well done, Captain. You have deprived the enemy of some of its air cover. They shouldn't be able to provide air support anymore to their operation in the south. Without that helipad, the enemy will be crippled. Keep on hitting them. Great. This heavy armor's bay is a threat of the past. Good job. Those light armors won't threaten our buddies' flanks. Data cleansing is complete. The worm has done its job. There's nothing left for us here. Let's leave them to their fight and evacuate.
Good job. You've done us a big favor. My associates and I will remember that. I am sure you will prove to be an excellent asset to our organization.
The Olympians are now dead. All leads to you erased.
And above all, Chimera believes Cartel to be gone, along with Whittle.
You don't seem affected by this setback.
It was only a matter of time before Cartel was finally exposed. This way we can slip back into the shadows.
One could wonder to what extent the fall of the Olympus cell was fated.
Who cares about that now? What about us?
You've proven your worth. As promised, we welcome you to the Heliopolis cell.
And what's next?
The same as always when we are faced with a minor setback. Turn it into an advantageous opportunity while the world's attention is focused elsewhere.
The U.S. ultimatum comes to an end tonight, yet Separatist leader Raul Escobedo still shows no sign of compliance with it. The Mexican army, under-equipped and already trounced once by the Separatists, is in no shape to bring the secession of the República de Nueva California to an end. All indications are that it will be up to the U.S. task force gathered on the border to put an end to what Washington refers to as a rogue state in northern Mexico. U.S. forces under the command of General James Whittle, the hero of Isfahan, are building up in the anticipation of an attack order.
U.S. troops are entering the RNC as we speak. We're running out of time.
One of our Corax drones just spotted the target evacuating Mexicali in a convoy.
Zhang Yao's trying to blend into the stream of refugees fleeing the city.
It's been 6 years since the UN delivered an international warrant, and it's the first time we've really had a chance to catch her.
This operation can't be officially sanctioned by the Security Council, Colonel. Therefore...
I know the drill. No personal effects or identity papers. The UN can't be linked to this intervention.
You've got the green light.
Permission to engage any hostile resisting arrest.
Whatever you want.
Suspect located. Zhang Yao. About 500 meters north of your position. Yao is being exfiltrated. Someone's boarding with her. I might have facial recognition. They're getting away. We're too late.
Proceed to Yao's car, Colonel. She might have left some clues behind.
Car is secured. Send in the scientific team. There are the remains of a laptop. Yao must have tried to get rid of it before the cavalry arrived.
Yesterday, U.S. forces entered Mexicali, the short-lived capital of the RNC. General James Whittle assured that Raul Escobedo's arrest is only days away. Yet other sources state that El Presidente has already left the city to seek refuge in his militia's last stronghold in the south.
What do you have for me, Colonel?
As expected, the Super Hind is unregistered, but we've ID'd the man.
Piet Vermaak, former South African Special Forces captain, joined the private sector in 2021.
And died in Honduras last year. That is, according to his last employer, Damocles.
What else?
We've been able to salvage some of Yao's drive. Everything we've got is related to Escobedo.
Can we locate him?
Yes, we've replicated its frequency. And if Escobedo represents such high interest to Yao,
Then he does to the UN, too. I want to catch him before the Americans do.
he met with his remaining followers in the south of the RNC, trying to organize some resistance from a special train.
Can you intercept it?
We have drones tracking it right now, and the strike team is on its way.
Then proceed, Colonel.
You're on drones in attack position in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Missiles fired and impact. Interception confirmed. The train was stopped just past San Luis.
Strike force on the ground, sir. Engineers on their way. Escobedo's militia is taking up position on that bank. Perfect position to ambush our engineers. Colonel, your heavy snipers will be useful for dealing with vehicles and entrenched soldiers.
Try to take wounded enemies prisoner. They will provide valuable information.
Unit lost.
Spear protocol activated. Quick reaction force deploying. Escobedo's militia is staging a counterattack. Hold your forward operating base at any cost.
I'm police.
They're pulling back. They've had enough.
In order.
Intercepting communications from Escobedo. He's calling for backup.
Get him before he slips away again, Colonel.
That one might have sticky end.
You're closing in on the Escobedo's position, sir. Stay on your guard. Escobedo is in our hands, Madam High Commissioner. I'm sending a Valor to pick him up.
It's been confirmed. The UN have convinced Escobedo to talk.
He can't implicate us.
But he already knows too much about our financing and smuggling rings.
Even if he remains silent on the subject, the part we've had him play in Operation Eclipse could jeopardize it.
Raul Escobedo must die.
We know he will be transferred to The Hague soon to testify in front of the ICC. That is where and when we should strike.
Live from The Hague, where in a few hours ICC Judge Henriksen and UN International Security Commissioner Saint-Hilaire will preside over a special hearing. The commission will hear the testimony of Raul Escobedo, former governor of Baja California, about the events leading up to his declaration of independence from the short-lived RNC. Here it is. His convoy is just passing by.
Linda? Linda, what's happening? Can you hear me? Linda? My God, Escobedo's car has been destroyed. Explosions are going off everywhere. It's a scene of urban warfare.
Schaefer, get over there ASAP and give me a sit-rep on Escobedo.
My men are on their way.
The assailants are heading for the ICC. We can't let them get there, Colonel. Stop them now.
ICC secured, Madam High Commissioner, but Escobedo is dead. This is about more than just Escobedo. Several other key ICC members are under attack.
Colonel, rescue them at any cost. I'm sending you reinforcements.
Spear protocol activated. Forward operating base deployed. Closest VIP is UN Commissioner Saint-Hilaire. Here.
On their
Colonel, do not leave the ICC undefended. The enemy might counterattack.
VIP secured. Rescue helicopter on its way.
Colonel, some of the ICC assailants have been interrogated. They belong to a group identified as Belyi Volki, the White Wolves. Colonel, do not leave the ICC undefended. The enemy might counterattack. It is a mercenary group made up of former soldiers from the Transnistria War.
UN Commissioner Saint-Hilaire is safe, sir. ICC prosecutor Ziad al-Sharif's car has been cornered on the docks, Colonel. His bodyguards are trying to hold the terrorists at bay.
Lofquist speaking. ICC Judge Henriksen has stopped responding. Get over there and find out his status.
Be careful. Those guys are wearing nanosuits. What kind of terrorists have access to such equipment? They've got air support. They're going after the rescue chopper. Rescue 6-4 is down. I repeat, Rescue 6-4 is down.
An extraction team is on its way to collect the judge, Colonel. Make sure he makes it safely to base camp.
Police officers are escorting Judge Henriksen away from the combat zone. Well done, Colonel.
Our work is done here. Let the Dutch army finish mopping up. Your presence is required elsewhere. Have you located the White Wolves HQ?
Our intelligence services positioned them here near the Serbian border. This is one of their main training camps.
What kind of opposition can we expect?
We know they've been acquiring modern equipment over recent years. These satellite pictures taken 6 hours ago confirm the presence of heavy tanks and combat helicopters.
But nothing which explains how they have managed to get their hands on state-of-the-art nanosuits?
No, but I'm sure their leader, self-promoted Colonel Dragan Vesnich, will be able to tell us more about that.
That is why you have to capture their HQ intact, Colonel. Not only do we need Vesnich alive, but the high-tech equipment they're using could give us some good leads. Proceed to the Wolves' lair, Colonel. I want to have a chat with this Colonel Vesnich.
What the hell happened here? We're too late. No, wait. I'm registering movement in the vicinity of the White Wolves HQ.
Deal with them before they can destroy any evidence, Colonel.
Base secured, sir. High Commissioner Lofquist is requesting an update.
Shaver reporting. The base is packed with highly sophisticated weaponry and high-tech components. It's all rigged to explode, but we stopped the detonation device in time.
Bring it all in, Colonel. Our experts are waiting to study it.
We could have convoys moving along the highway, but we've spotted enemy activity. They won't let us.
We don't really have a choice.
Then we'll go in with force. I need authorization to step up our deployment.
You've got it, Colonel. Set up a forward outpost to secure the area.
Once the highway is secured, I will need another outpost set up here to protect the convoy.
Permission granted. Make sure to exfil that convoy, Colonel.
Activating Spear Protocol. Engineering equipment on its way. Our survey team indicates probable resources north of our base.
I'll collect some samples there.
Drilling equipment is ready. We can set up a refinery now. Refinery is operational, sir. Engineers are ready to set up barracks and a vehicle bay.
I'm sending reinforcements, Colonel, as well as a Ninja stealth recon helicopter. Use it to recon the highway before setting up your second outpost.
Building complete.
Outpost ready. We need to turn it into a construction outpost.
You'll need defensive turrets to hold the position.
Changing position.
They need aluminium. Our satellite imagery has detected a field right here. The last convoy has reached safety.
Has any of the equipment salvaged in Serbia revealed any secrets?
For the most part, some of the components come from Wayland Defense Corps.
WDC. but they work exclusively for the U.S. Army.
That's what we believe, too.
What about the connection to Escobedo? Or Yao?
Let me finish. Our financial experts have determined that WDC is actually a front organization for the Young Corporation holding.
I know that name. It was in Yao's file. She'd been working for them for some time.
Before turning cyber terrorist and becoming involved in the Shanghai crash, yes, she's our connection.
Where is this holding based?
In China, in a special economic enclave administered directly by multinational companies.
The kind of place where no one would stick his nose in.
Nevertheless, I want you to go there. Find the connection between Young Corporation and Escobedo.
China sits on the Security Council. There's no way it will give its agreement. We can't intervene.
Not officially, Colonel, but a commando could sneak in.
I see. And if the mission fails, the UN has no official involvement.
Exo-soldier squad in position, sir.
Young Corporation's network is sealed. You will have to take control of several nodes and hold them long enough for the data to be downloaded.
Corax drone scanning for nodes. We have one, near the barracks, close to your position.
Be my guest.
You are in their network, Colonel. Now hold it while the data is transferred.
The node controls the barracks production. We could turn the weapons against them. Beware of enemy response. I'm detecting signals closing in on your position. Data transfer complete. Time to move on. The next node has been located here. It seems to control a light vehicle bay. Sir, the automated assembly line allows us to produce a light tank called Scorpio. It seems particularly effective against armor. Much less so against infantry, particularly when entrenched. Download complete. We can pull out now.
Young Corporation presides over quite a high-tech empire. Nanotech, military prototypes development, nuclear fusion. They even possess a space division, which recently took over Baikonur's Cosmodrome.
Look at that! Comanche stealth attack helicopter and Commando Scout recon prototypes.
I thought the U.S. Army had scrapped both projects. Nevertheless, use them to your advantage. Both are perfect for observing enemy defenses.
I'm also detecting aluminium resources there.
The information we're processing suggests that for months now, the weapons built here are being smuggled. They head to the USA through Escobedo's import-export network. From what we've dug out of the data, Young Corp's main recipient was Damocles. That's the U.S. #1 private military company.
We're done with this node, sir. Sir, the main enemy force has been alerted to your presence. They are en route now. Prepare for a major assault. Transfer complete. That was the last. We're in. Let's hope we find what we are looking for.
They have provided Damocles with Peacekeeper Missiles guidance system, which suggests that the latter now controls tactical nukes on U.S. soil. We have enough, Colonel. Pull back. I'm warning the Security Council. Washington will have them disarmed.
Have you passed the information gathered in China on to the U.S. administration?
Yes, Damocles' plot to destabilize it was indisputable.
In what capacity will I be part of the operation?
Officially, just as an observer. Technically, you'll take command of the assault element.
And who's going to be in charge of the operation?
General Whittle.
Oh, hell. The hero of Isfahan himself.
Colonel, I would gladly welcome you if your presence here had been requested or even desired.
Now that the usual formalities have been observed, sir, could we focus on Damocles?
For the moment, Damocles has remained silent. They must think they have the strength to repel the California Guard.
If they refuse to leave, to lay down their weapons, it will be up to us to get in.
That will be the assault element's role. Under your command, they may be few, but they are crack troops equipped with our best tanks. So don't screw it up, Colonel.
Sir, the National Guard isn't answering our calls.
Schaefer, do you copy? Base Geronimo reports being under attack. Damocles is attempting to break through. Hurry up and help my men.
Base Geronimo is secured, or what's left of it. Those Shershen are threatening our tanks. You could unlock the Seawees in the armory. Then upgrade your Humvees with GAU-19. These Gatlings will be able to intercept missiles.
Construction impossible.
Base Geronimo is operational again.
Enemy movement your way, Colonel. They're trying to break through Base Geronimo's lines.
The US government has requested we take as many prisoners as possible.
Building completed.
You should build a field hospital for wounded enemy combatants.
Whittle speaking. Cease all operations against the gates. I repeat, pull back. Base Cochise is under attack. Damocles is trying to break out to the east. Move to support immediately.
Roger.
Communications with Base Cochise are still heavily jammed, sir. But they report attacks from stealth tanks.
I'll send you anti-tank reinforcements to crush the cowards.
Okay.
Sir, General Whittle's HQ has informed us that the alert state has been raised to DEFCON 2. This means more assets are available to us.
Whittle here. Glad to see Base Cochise up and running again. Now it's payback time. Gather your men and strike at the heart of those bastards. Damocles is no more, sir. We did it.
Department of Defense has announced the conclusion of its operation against Damocles, branding it a complete success. The President personally visited and thanked General Whittle and his men for, I quote, their heroic deeds in the service of the liberty of the country. With only a few days to go before the State of the Union address, the President's firm stand against Damocles has proven a formidable boost to his flagging popularity. Details remain sketchy at this point, but it has been confirmed that Damocles was in the midst of planning terrorist attacks on U.S. soil. The explanation given is that this was part of an attempt to scare the government into increasing security contracts with PMCs such as Damocles and relaxing regulations on their rules of engagement. Commentators are calling this the most heinous conspiracy against the United States of America to have ever been uncovered.
With Damocles out of the picture, Operation Eclipse is compromised.
Not so fast. This is just a mishap. I've made sure no clue was left linking us to Damocles. Eclipse can still be brought to fruition.
But how? Without Damocles' terror campaign, the Americans will never...
Damocles was a useful pawn, but a disposable one. We all knew that.
Hermes is right. Thor is operational and undetectable. Eclipse must continue. No. The real problem is Chimera.
Not only has this group raided one of our research centers, they've dismantled Damocles, too, in a matter of days. And I doubt they'll stop at that.
Operation Eclipse will proceed as planned, using Thor if necessary. And Chimera will be dealt with. Besides, it will provide us with the opportunity for a full-scale testing of Thor. This session is adjourned.
Sir, all communications with the outside world have been cut off. How can they be jamming us if they don't know? Something's afoot, sir. We should prepare for the worst. EWS feedback is odd, sir. We're reading an energy peak right above us.
Unit is under attack.
New order, sir.
Bloody hell! They are charging an orbital weapon platform. Incoming bombardment! Brace yourself!
Damn, that was close. It's only a matter of time before they adjust their strikes.
Unit is under
We've managed to restore communications with the High Commissioner, sir.
Lofquist speaking. Captain Harding briefed me on your situation, Colonel. Reinforcements are on their way.
They won't arrive fast enough, I'm afraid, ma'am. The orbital weapon platform will strike us repeatedly. We won't withstand such a punishment.
We might consider other contingencies. Activate Code Red and get out. Your Anthys are the only thing able to prevent an orbital strike. Ready and evacuate enough of them for later use. You will need rare earth. You can extract it here with your standard refinery. Then we'll self-destruct the complex. If we're lucky, they'll think you're dead.
Evacuation complete.
Activate Code Red.
Unit lost.
Chimera doesn't exist anymore. To their credit, they preferred blowing themselves up when they realized it was hopeless.
And Thor lived up to our expectations.
Great. How long before it will be operational again?
We've contacted Baikonur. A launch is planned for as soon as the whole complement of uranium rods is loaded on the shuttle.
Will it be ready in time for the State of the Union address?
It will. Thor is already in position above Washington, and its presence has remained undetected. Our Buran shuttle will meet with it there for reloading.
Well, Eclipse may proceed as planned then. In a few days from now, the USA will be our new supermarket.
Have you been able to identify the orbital weapons station?
Such a weapon platform has to be resupplied after deployment, and they spared no expense bombarding us. Only 3 space centers capable of such an undertaking are currently active worldwide: Cape Canaveral, Kourou, and Baikonur.
The first 2 are under strict surveillance. We would have known if any suspicious activity had occurred there.
Indeed. So that leaves Baikonur. I've requested satellite photo reconnaissance of Baikonur map. A launch is in preparation.
Gather your men, Colonel. There's no time to lose.
I only have a handful of survivors with me. Detachments away from the base at the time of the attack will need more time to regroup with us.
We don't have time. I do have some trustworthy contacts in the Russian army. I should be able to get you some help.
Major Raevsky, Colonel. My government is concerned about a terrorist organization. They have a stronghold in Baikonur. We will, therefore, support your operation with tanks and Special Forces helicopters.
That should make up for the absence of your heavier equipment, Colonel. But you won't be able to make up your losses. Take care of them, then.
The enemy has an outer ring of fixed defenses. We must dispose of them before setting up a base camp. They're sending armored support. Now they can't ignore our presence. The area is clear. Your engineers can move in. On target by 2 air control centers here. Destroying them would remove their air support. The last air control center is down. Good riddance.
Ensure that all enemy presence is cleared before sending in the engineers, Colonel. Good job. Engineers are on their way. Colonel, our satellites are picking up increased activity in the Cosmodrome. They are preparing a shuttle for launch.
We must prepare before assaulting their main complex. There are resources nearby to be exploited.
Building.
We should now be able to build up a strong task force to take control of the launch pad.
You don't have much time. Seize the control center before the shuttle takes off.
The Cosmodrome's control center is secured. That was close.
Well done, Colonel. Now let's make their computers talk.
The situation here in Washington remains in a state of confusion, with rumors of an attempted coup on everyone's lips. The FBI has carried out a series of high-profile arrests, including high-ranking members of the country's armed forces. Several sources have named none other than General James Whittle as the head of the conspiracy. However, the general, who has avoided arrest, denounced in a brief communique a plot contrived by traitors and crooks in Washington. General Whittle is currently rumored to be at large in the Southwest, where he has rallied several local units to his cause.
Colonel, the situation is going from bad to worse in the USA. 1 hour ago, Arizona and New Mexico's Army and National Guard units rallied around Whittle.
It doesn't surprise me. Most high-ranking U.S. officers were groomed under Whittle's command, and the rank and file love him as an outspoken champion.
Washington is concerned that they might be reluctant to confront him, or worse, swell his ranks. They've requested our help.
Is the situation that bad?
They need someone experienced enough to oppose Whittle and to decisively lead the loyal forces against him.
I'm on my way.
Base Alamo reports possible enemy infiltration between our location and theirs. We may have to fight our way to them, sir.
The base was never conceived for combat, Colonel. They have no engineers. You'll have to make do with the existing infrastructure. No more.
Here we are, sir. Base Alamo at your command.
The base has no resources of its own. It is usually dependent on external supplies. But they have fallen into rebel hands.
We must regain control of them if we want to equip our men.
Most of the rebels are laying down their arms or returning to their barracks. Whittle's rebellion has been broken. However, he has managed to escape and retreat to Mexico with his loyal soldiers. Here we are, Colonel. We've got him cornered now.
Whittle and his men are dug in and improving their defenses with every passing hour. We can't wait any longer.
You've got the green light, Colonel. Let's finish them once and for all. Clear the area to establish a base camp, Colonel. Well done. Engineers will now set up a joint base, Colonel. You will be in charge of both Chimera and U.S. forces in the sector.
Sir, survey teams are reporting that resources in the area are scarce. We can now process the advanced components needed for non-conventional weapons. We must secure additional resources quickly. Time to unleash hell. What do you think, Colonel? We have identified a promising aluminium field here. And capturing cartel assets here should prove valuable.
Is under attack. Recon satellites have identified the origin of their attacks on our right flanks. Good job, Colonel. Now it's time to seize the initiative.
Let me give them a taste of my gun.
Sir, there's no way we can assault their main position deploying only conventional weapons. They are moving against the bank. We need to gear up. Survey teams have identified rare earth element essentials for advanced components here. We must seize them first. They are trying to retake the aluminium field. That was to be expected. Both bank and field are in our hands. We should be able to equip more men.
Missile.
It's over. Whittle is dead and his men are surrendering.
Do you think we have them all, Colonel? All the members of this conspiracy?
The evidence we've managed to recover for now seems to confirm we have.
So Whittle was indeed the head of cartel. So we may have uncovered one of the greatest criminal organizations of all time.
Those men were incredibly well organized and funded. There must be subsidiaries elsewhere to dismantle.
We won't relax our efforts, Colonel, but in all likelihood, we have beheaded our enemy. We've completed the most difficult part.
Gentlemen, we can all agree that the Olympus cell is now dead.
With the damage it has suffered and the information that Chimera has made public, Olympus is now but an embarrassment to us.
I concur. but I have taken steps to limit the damage, making sure that Whittle be named as Cartel's figurehead.
If the world can be made to believe he was the mastermind behind Cartel...
We could even take advantage of the situation. We would return to the shadows.
What about Chimera?
We should eliminate it before it can strike at another of our cells.
That's precisely the Commission's order of the day. I will let you know about its decision. Thank you, gentlemen. This session is adjourned.